Hello, friends. How we doing? How we feeling? See, Vortex, I got you. Switched it over to Trigger for you.
Drop that in the Discord too, because that's a banger. That's a banger.
It's all right. It's all right.
I mean, I'm sorry, the show isn't quite what it should be.
The show is not great. It's definitely better than the show. So
That's a lot. Like, arguably, Kamen Rider Saber's ending song versus the opening song.
well, the
But
opening
that's
song's
arguable.
great because Almighty is amazing.
It really has grown on me. It really has. But I still don't think it's the right one. Flipped it and it would have been.
Nope. Almighty is perfect, and I will not hear otherwise. So
Almighty. Well, anyway, are you feeling almighty, man? Because I feel so tired, but I can only imagine the
well,
level of tired you must be. How was your Otacon, by the way?
yeah, so I spent last weekend at Otakon. That's really why there was no episode. So if you guys were there and we happened to wander by, sorry. Tunnel vision happens when I'm at conventions.
So you have to, man. It's so easy to get distracted. I get you.
Yeah.
So
there was a lot of sensory overload, as per usual with conventions.
Right.
I got down there Thursday night, kind of hung out, just explored the city a little bit, and then our boy Smoking Apes, who hangs out on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/KaijuCarl, he comes in every Monday and plays Street Fighter with us. He came down Friday, so we hung out for the weekend. It was a much needed, a homie vacay kind of thing, where we just chilled and sat around. Honestly, there wasn't any Toku. I stopped by the Tokollectibles booth, actually, and we're talking to them a little bit. But
did they reach in your pocket? They didn't reach in your pocket?
No,
wow.
they did. They did.
They did?
Yeah, no, they tried. And I went, stop it. There's nothing there.
Because everybody took all the good shit already.
Yeah, no, there was plenty of things there. Trust me, there was plenty. Including the one Titan sword was there, and I could have did that. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that happened. And then there was other various things that I was like, I need this. I don't, but I need this. So yeah, I was like, I'll come back to this responsibly, and then never came back. So yeah,
I respect that.
Yeah. There was I had planned to do like a Toku cosplay kind of thing where I just kind of wore my belt around, or I had brought Baraba's outfit from the video with Jem just to just for something. And I didn't actually end up wearing it. So I had ended up cosplaying Makunouchi Ippo in his training outfit, because that literally, I went and bought a white t-shirt just so I didn't have a grimy one, and that was all that I had to do, because I own everything else. So
I gotcha.
yeah, I had the sweatpants, I had the wraps, I had the shoes already. So I literally just bought a white t-shirt for $5, and that was it. I was like, damn, this is the cheapest cosplay I've ever.
And it feels so right. It feels so right with the Ippo
It felt so right, and no one mentioned anything, and that's okay. I missed an opportunity to take a picture with a Baki cosplayer. They had the moment was too fleeting. Like I said, there's a lot of sensorial overload, and by the time I went, oh, that's Baki. Oh, it's too far.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Who would take a strict boxing match?
Baki has Goku anime bullshit, so absolutely Baki. Ippo just has the heart of hearts,
Sometimes that's what it takes.
That's what it takes. That's what I think. It would end in them knocking each other out and then waking up to be best friends. That's absolutely what would happen. Kind of like what happens with Pickle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I like Pickle a little bit more because of the whole simplicity of him.
The simplicity, but then they have the narrator saying these complex thoughts that he's having. It's kind of interesting.
I mean, isn't that what's always going on? We might not be able to vocalize it all the time, but there's a lot of stuff going on up there. It's mostly Toku, but it's going on.
It's happening. That's for sure.
Especially trying to rewrite this last chapter for our story. Mm-hmm. I had 17 endings, and I think I ran 12 of them by you, and then since then 5 more have come to my head. So it's just been so much fun trying to narrow that down.
Sick.
But
hell yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's so much fun.
It's fun.
Because endings are hard.
Endings are hard.
But it's harder to make it an ending when I know I want to keep going.
Yeah.
So leaving off just enough that
you have to decide where to put the period at some point.
Right.
That's the hardest part, right?
That's where I'm at.
And that was my issue with every story I ever wrote. I was like, I got this cool stuff, and this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen. How do we get to the cool shit though?
See, but this happens, so therefore that happens, and thus we go back to that point because remember when I said this little thing in that first chapter, coming back on your asses.
I still wake up in like a fevered sweat every once in a while and go, I actually said the words time warp at one point.
Yeah, you did.
It's still a possibility.
No, I will stop you. I will hit delete with every keystroke.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, Say and Alon are just gonna start hopping dimensions like fucking Doctor Who. It's cool.
Well, no, we that is still an option though, because that's like one of those post-credit Elseworld things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I still would love that idea though.
I still want him to show up in the tournament in season 2 because that would be fucking cool.
I think that we have to do.
That's
for us.
But other than that, the only other person I cosplayed, the one that I actually cosplayed was I actually bought Gyome, the Hashira from Demon Slayer, the Stone Hashira.
That's solid, man.
Yeah, it was cool. I had the beads, I had the necklace, I had the whole thing going on. I had the Haori and the whole gimmick. Honestly, the usual fit that they have is super comfortable, and that's about to be my everyday fucking fit because it's so dope having those baggy ass pants. Oh yeah, it was nice. It was sick.
What is it, a hakama?
Hakama, yeah. I don't know what the shirt's called. They have their more like Western style shirt that they have going on. But that thing was super comfortable too. And then they have the jacket over top, and I mean that thing was just like a big ridiculous jacket because he doesn't actually put his arms in it. So I had to like figure out how to like stick my elbows in the sleeves and just like hold it there.
But I feel like, I mean, I don't know if you guys checked out those pictures, they're fucking dope. They came out on point.
I'll pull up a picture right now so you guys can check it out.
I feel like the vibe was like totally him, but eventually I would just choraku it, you know what I mean? Just like let it drape and just flop all over with everything.
Yeah, it was so I really wanted to get like there's all kinds of announcements I want to talk about too because Evo's this weekend. There's all kinds of like I really wanted to get either like double-sided tape, like really strong double-sided tape, or like safety pins and just like pin it to my shoulder so I didn't have to worry about that. I never did, of course, but let me find the picture here. Hang on. There it is.
Wasn't that a good one? Costume repair guy around there?
Yeah, he was, because my fucking flail started falling apart and I was going to stop there and I never did. So I'm pull this up for you guys to see at home. Where is it? Oh. Boink.
Yep.
Boink. There we go. So there is me in the full Gyome. You can see my little thingy there. Yeah. I don't think I ever put it in the Discord. I'm gonna put it in the Discord for the homies. I don't think I ever did. Boop. Badoop. There we go. Doink. This is our boy Smoking Apes. He hangs out all the time. He was in Osuke. I was rocking around as Gyome. We had another Gyome and a Rengoku stop us. I didn't actually get their names, so I just blurred out their faces because I didn't want to like post that nonsense. But yeah, this is me not having my elbows in the sleeves. There's various other pictures of me just like awkwardly walking around like this with my arms out, like holding the jacket up because I had no better options. So yeah.
So dope though. That Inosuke though, on point, bro.
Yeah, no, his Inosuke was pretty dope. We ordered our stuff from Easy Cosplay, I believe was the site. Yeah, and our friend Steve, he actually bought him the mask like 2 years ago, so it was pretty cool. Like when the show premiered. So yeah, it was pretty sick. He's got like the swords come out and everything. It was pretty cool. My mace was a foam axe on the end of like a thing, and so I had to go get. I've never done this before. I've never cosplayed before. If you guys didn't know, never like seriously cosplayed. We always like wear our belts and shit like that, but never like dressed up and like had a weapon and everything. I had to go get my weapon checked. Yeah, apparently that's a thing. I get it. It's cool. Make sure it's not like an actual sword, that kind of thing.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just kind of impressed that it is.
Yeah. They want to make sure, guns are not real guns, that kind of thing. Right. Very important in crowds of people. But the guy like looks at it and he goes, well, the mace is a little spiky, but the axe is foam, so that's pretty cool. Just don't be swinging it around. I was like, the first thing I was going to do was fucking tomahawk it at someone. And
Yeah, I mean,
he was like, okay, you don't have to. I was like, I'm sorry. I just, can you, like, come on. Like, the first thing I'm going to do is like, yeah!
Yeah, like, where do you get that? That's what I came here to do.
I know I look like the true Stone Hashira, but I promise you I don't have those techniques.
Not at all.
Yeah.
My breathing is strictly restricted to
my stone breathing is not good with this chain thing. I'm very uncoordinated, okay? I'm sorry. So, yeah.
I can barely do the breathing on my own, man. Leave me alone.
Right? Like, I'm winded walking up the stairs to get in here. Come on. Like,
now I got it. Now this. And now this. Come on.
Speaking of which this is actually really funny today on today's episode of what I called Hot Fat Boys Getting Hotter. I went for a run today, and I don't think I told you this. I bought a sauna suit.
You crazy.
I bought a sauna suit, and I haven't done runs in a sauna suit. That's nuts. When it's like 90 degrees out, that's stupid. I'm going to fucking pass out on the sidewalk. But I do my warm up in the sauna suit just to get, the body heat up, the blood moving, that kind of thing.
That's understandable.
Yeah,
right.
because I don't know if anyone has ever exercised or run like cold. It's a lot harder to do when you don't, like, obviously stretching is important, but you also want to like work up a little bit of sweat and kind of get your body moving a little bit first. It just makes everything easier. So I've been doing like push-ups and stuff. I just do that in my sauna suit and then I take it off and go for my run. And so I drank a lot of mead yesterday. A lot of mead. I finished a bottle of mead myself. So, okay. It's great. I love mead. It's delicious.
I remember that's what you were talking
also
about.
Didn't have a lot of water today. So I'm warming up in a sauna suit that is, if you guys don't know, it's just put a hefty bag on and you know what it feels like. It's literally what it is. So I have very little water in my system at this point. I've now literally had the actual like pool come out of me. Like I opened the sauna suit and like the gross thing. I was like, God, I should have gotten the tub. This is disgusting. And I did like, I'm not even doing this to brag. I do like 4 sets of 10 push-ups, like 4 different sets of push-ups. And then like, I'm up to 40. I'm pretty proud of that. I do 10 regular, 10 wides, and then Archer push-ups. So I can start doing one-handed.
Well, yeah, all right. Yeah. Okay.
So I gotta work on the shoulders. Man. My arms are too strong for my shoulders. That's why they hurt every week.
I have no idea, but I know you would outperform because I probably can do like 3 and then need a break.
So while we were at Otakon, actually, we discovered the hotel that everyone was staying at. It's like connected to the convention center. We just wandered in. We were at different hotels. We just wandered in. We were like, fuck it, let's go see what's going on over here. There's a whole ass party. Everyone's freaking out. There's like push-up contests. I was like, do we get in on this? Do we just fucking show them all up right now?
Yeah. Mahashira, bitch.
Yeah, Mahashira, motherfucker. Let's do this. We did not, just so you guys know. There's no like random footage of me doing a push-up contest somewhere. But by the time we get to the next convention, I'm going to be in a push-up contest. Yep, just to make it happen. So, that happened. So I'm running today, and normally I do about 2 miles. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I usually post up, what I'm doing times, stuff like that. I got to literally 3/4 of a mile, and I thought my spleen was going to rupture because I had 0 water in my system, and I was like, oh god.
It's going to turn into a raisin at the mid-run.
Yeah, like the more I ran, the more so I stopped it at a mile and I went, okay, we're just going to take it easy on the way back. Moral of the story, drink your water, kids. Drink your fucking water.
Don't let the mead make you decide to run the next morning. Like,
listen, I had to run all the sugars off. It's honey wine, okay? I had to run the sugars off. But like after a day of being in a hot kitchen and not drinking water, and then not drinking water and getting in a sauna suit, and then not drinking water and running in 90-degree weather, it's just a recipe for bad news bears.
And it's oppressive heat. It's like the kind of heat where it's just like, that draft. What draft?
Yeah, that draft sears my eyebrows off.
Feel it. Fucking A, man. And I like the summer. That's the bullshit. I usually like this heat.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's not fun.
It's not fun. But, as it probably didn't help. I also put my like full Rocky gear on when I go running. I put like my sweater on and my fucking sweatshirt, shirt, shorts, whatever, fucking all that shit. And so I sweat my nuts off.
I'm sure it pays off. I'm
down 50 pounds, man. So something's doing the work.
I'm saying the commitment and the dedication.
Yeah, just don't drink a bunch of meat and then go running after using a sauna suit and not drinking water. That's the moral of the story. Which brings me to my next topic: Tokusatsu fan films and not doing things sometimes.
No, check it out, because when you're doing the sauna suit and you have that like on your body, I'm sure a lot of these spandex suits that I've seen are pretty much the same material.
They are, yes.
So it's probably the same experience. These guys are
I got about 3 into that playlist you sent.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah,
so I found a good 5 that are fun. But let's talk about this quick.
Okay.
Because
I also wanted to put something on the table that I thought of while I was watching these, and I wanted to get your input on this first before we get into the actual like films that we watched. So, do you think there's a difference between a fan film and a indie tokusatsu? Are those terms interchangeable? Are they different? What's your take on those two things?
When you word it like indie tokusatsu, I immediately kind of associate that with an independent IP. A fan film would be taking Kabuto and putting him in anything.
Yes.
So that's the distinction for me.
Yeah, I had a similar thought process. I was just thinking about this is like random shower thoughts as I'm fucking dehydrating in my house, trying to revitalize myself in any way, shape, or form at this point.
Eating yourself this time.
Yeah. I was thinking like every fan film is an indie tokusatsu, but every indie tokusatsu is not a fan film. If that makes sense, that was the easiest way for me to think about it.
So where would we classify Shin Kamen Rider as?
A fan film. It is a $16 million budget fan film.
I was going to say to the pinnacle of a budget fan film, because it
is the ultimate fan film. It 100% is. All of his stuff is. Even if you don't think Evangelion is not a super robot fucking fan film, you need to learn your history about mecha, my friends.
It's an ode to everything, anime and Toku. It's just literally that. He's just like, I love it all.
It's a depressing parody on everything that he loves.
And then it's like, here, you're going to feel shitty about it for the next quarter century, because that's how sticky this story is.
But also buy this Evangelion razor. So, yeah. That's real. That's a real thing.
Wow.
Yep.
I need to process that.
It's an Ava Unit 1 razor. Just let it happen. But, so that was kind of my thought process on that whole thing. And it was interesting to think about because we've taken a look at like indie tokus and things like that on the show before. We've taken a look at like some other friends. Like we checked out what was that Rhino one that we watched for Tokusatsu World Tour. It was like a Rhino guy. It was a Indonesian fan indie toku. I don't remember what it was called. Holy hell.
I don't remember the name. Yeah. No, you got
Captain Justice, was that what it was? Something like that?
Hold on.
I want to say it was like Captain Justice, but he had the tie and he had the Rhino theme going on. Like he had the double horns.
I remember the guy. I just don't remember the movie at all. Tokudon, Rhino, Captain Justice.
Yeah, I want to say it's Captain Justice.
It's not coming up, Captain Justice.
No.
Captain Justice was it was Captain Justice.
Yeah.
The blue dude, the blue armor.
Yeah, and he had like the tie. I just remember the tie.
The red tie.
Yep. So we've checked out stuff like that. We've checked out things like Shin Kamen Rider, which again is the most expensive fan film ever made. And then we've also checked out things like Power Rangers Unworthy. We've done just about every episode that's out so far, except for maybe the newest one. There was another one of those like Ninja type spin-offs I think that came out. I don't remember if we talked about it or not, but things like that. We've covered the whole gamut. And you randomly sent a playlist because we were like, oh shit, what are we doing this week?
Well, we didn't even talk Toku at all. I'm like, he's just gonna unplug.
Yeah, no, like I haven't done anything Toku since like last week sometime.
Which
Probably
is fine,
since the last time we had this conversation.
That's why I'm like, I'm just gonna crank out everything I can for this chapter and then get writer's block and then hate my life. So let's go.
Yep.
Like it's worked out fine. So that's why we didn't have a game plan today. But you know what?
And then you went, oh, here's this sweet playlist.
Legitimate. I was like, what do I feel like talking about? I'm like, well, our project has been in my head all day, so let me just vent that
Mhm.
and see other people's success, and like, and just let that sink in for a while. But it's more like, again, it channels the whole love for the sport, because these aren't great, but they are
They
great.
are not.
But they are great. They're not great, but they're great. You know,
So they are. I'm gonna pull them up and play them in the corner for you guys to check out here. They sorry, one started playing. I had like severe PTSD watching some of these because they had the same energy of the intro to videos. And no one is going to understand that other than like you and me, because the school we went to, it was a specific class that everyone had to take. It was kind of like most people had to take like general elective kind of things, and it was like you got an intro to just about every like major that the school offered. But being film majors, we had to go through it, and not that we're better or more talented at anything than anyone else, but this was the they just had the same energy, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Think of it like you remember when each of you taught your parents how to use their camera?
Yeah.
That, and then we had to all like critique it positively.
Yeah, and then like half the time no one was actually paying attention, because like I remember one person literally had like, so you could rent cameras from the school. I actually worked at the place where you rented them eventually, but you could rent cameras, and they literally filmed themselves walking from the dorm to class and submitted that for an assignment, and they were like, this is a documentary about my day. I was like, that's fucking genius, but I hate you so fucking much.
Like there was so many pompous projects though. Like
Yes.
we are a pretentious bunch in and of ourselves.
Yes.
I'm not deny that I have my diva-esque shit, but shit, I don't. There's a difference between, you know, having confidence in your work and thinking you're in our tour. You know, like holy fuck.
Yeah, there's you know, trying your best. And then there's I'm gonna be the next Kubrick, and you don't realize you're absolute dog shit, because even Kubrick was fucking dog shit when he started. Hate to break it to you guys, he didn't wake up one day and go, I'm going to be the most talented filmmaker ever.
Right. For the most part, we kind of have the same taste in like action films and all that shit. But like these are the kind of the finger snap art project kids, the ones who film something at a super canted angle and think like that's art. Wow, that's art.
So, but I will say, of the ones that we watched, some of these have like really good choreography. Like the first one in this playlist is the two Gold Rangers fighting. I actually kind of like enjoyed the choreography a little bit. It was slow and kind of clunky, and like at one point his gold shield fucking ripped, and there's just like straight tape across it. But like the choreography is really good.
You do what you got to get the shot done.
Yeah,
but it's the one thing that I kind of expected to be the one of the better aspects of each of these is like if they got the costume look like this one was an exceptional costume. Like
these ones looked really good. The helmets look legit. They might be like Anarchy or something like that, or you know, Wild 5 prop, whatever. And then they just kind of like put the suits themselves together. But like some of them are very clearly like the zip up fucking hoodies you order off Amazon. You know, those kind of bodysuit things. Some of them look really good. This playlist in particular is strictly Power Rangers fan films, and it's interesting because I was like, oh, we've done a lot of those. I don't really want to watch many more.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because also realizing, the video's done. Got it. That's why it stopped. I was like, why did the video stop? That's cool. It just stops. So I don't know how to describe it. I guess in a Western, outside of Japan culture, I don't know if like fan films is really like a culture in Japan.
Right. Well, maybe
I don't know. But it's interesting to see that like Power Rangers is the one we get the most fan films out of, and I get why, right? Like that's the biggest one here in America, at least, and I think some of these might not even be like American. But like in America, Power Rangers by far the biggest tokusatsu. So like obviously it's going to get the most fan films. But I wanted to kind of see what we could find with Kamen Rider. Because it's not something I feel like we get a lot of. And we've talked about this with Jim, too. That's why he kind of started doing his stuff. Because, like, there's just not a market for Kamen Rider fan films, which is very interesting.
Shout out to Jim, because this guy, I mean, the shit that he's been putting out has been dope. Like, my favorite by far, just to get a quick aside, my favorite of his is the black and whites. He does that kind of shit.
Like, he did the Hellhopper one? Yeah.
I need a Kurosawa Rider, please. Like,
that'd be sick to do. Yo, I want to see, it'd be really cool, speaking of which, if we got like a, the fuck is that Star Wars thing? Or like Animatrix.
Like
the Star Wars stories, or whatever they're called.
Visions?
Yes, thank you. Like a Visions, or like a an Animatrix, or there's been a couple of those like anthology things where like different studios just handle different shorts. I think that would be really cool to see with Kamen Rider, and they don't have to be necessarily animated, like just different directors even just kind of doing that sort of thing. I think would be really, really cool. Just get different vibes, and we've kind of talked about that with Jem and other people as well, kind of doing something like that. But like seeing big studios, like I would love to see a Trigger version of Kamen Rider. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know, it's just like not a thing. Like I feel like that might happen with Power Rangers at some point, but if the franchise exists after next year, that's a whole other conversation. But it's just like, it's interesting to see that Kamen Rider just isn't a thing.
No, not by a lot.
Not by a lot. We did find a few, though. I found a few, at least. I mean, we saw the fan film one, the special effects one. We can get to that in a second. I also had a couple other ones that just kind of came across as it just like auto-played videos.
Let's go. Check these out. Let's check these bad boys out.
Yeah. So the first one I was able to find was this future. Well, you found it first, actually. It was the VR one you guys may have seen before. I think I've definitely seen this one before. It's a Kamen Rider VR game where they can like spend. It's almost like a Ready Player One type situation where they can like buy whatever skin they want to use in Kamen Rider they want to use, which is kind of a really cool concept. Bandai, listen up. Like I'd play the fuck out of that game if you want to make that a thing. I'd log in every day. I'm just saying.
It has such of like the elements that I like a lot. The hologram thing and all that shit. Like the fighting game feel of this whole thing had me from the jump.
Yeah.
I could have done maybe, I don't know about these two specifically, but I like what they did with it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little biased to the one that starts with Hibiki and zombie fighting, just because Hibiki's there, and then it turns into Chalice versus Blade. So that's no bias there whatsoever. But
none.
There also, I noticed something with the like 4 or 5 that I ended up watching. So there was 2 from these guys, and then I just kind of like I said, it just YouTube algorithmed like 2 or 3 more. I noticed there's not a lot of putting your own spin on it, I guess is the way to describe it. So even in these 2 by Amazing LP, they're using the sounds from the show. They're using the grunts from the characters themselves. Okay. And I get from like a VR video game type thing that, you pay for the skin, whatever. The other one I watched, one of the other ones notably, was kind of like a Decade retelling where they kind of put their own little spin on Decade. It's basically the same story, but they kind of put their own little spin on it. And then when they henshin, they just cut to footage from the show. And they like bad rotoscope the like suit over themselves, and I just it boggles my mind a little bit.
The spirit is there.
The spirit is there, and I don't want to say like I that is way more effort than I would put into it, to be honest with you. And that's dope, and I'm just glad they made a fan film. Like I said, there's none out there. It's just like, why not put your own little shtick to it? Like,
I know what you mean. Like, if you have the chance to create something unique, even though you're basically fan fictioning the whole thing, why not? why not do that? Like, there's one here. Like I found one that's let's see. You said it was a retelling of Decade, right? Mm-hmm. This one is a retelling of Ichigo.
Okay.
I think it's this one here. Back up to it. Where did I put you?
Is it the best superhero movie you haven't seen? Oh, that's Shin Kamen Rider.
No. Oh, hold on. I'll find it.
Okay.
But it's basically just the retelling of Ichigo's story in a different way.
Okay.
Which is he got injected in the neck. I'll try to find it. But okay. I thought I had it saved, but I did not. So I'm lying, but I found it.
Word.
Anyway, in the meantime, I'm gonna put this one up because other than that unique take, I did like this idea here. As soon as I can get this to cooperate with me. You know how I am with tech.
Yep.
You know how you know?
Yep.
It's a constant thing for me.
Yeah. And I feel like, again, because it's not as much of a thing outside of Japan, and especially here in America, it's a lot harder to get Kamen Rider suits, right? Like, you can get a Power Ranger suit at any Spirit Halloween store. You can get you can order one off Amazon right now. You can't do that with Kamen Rider, right? So I get the limitations when it comes to that, and I get why they kind of cut over the suits like that. It's just not how I would have personally done it. And that's okay because everyone has their own little way of doing things, you know?
Yeah, I found this one earlier. And it's kind of like the Amazing LP dudes, but the quality of the henshin is kind of different, like what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, as opposed to the superimposed and rotoscoped images.
Yeah.
I think this quality is pretty damn good. I dropped it in the Discord.
Yep. It is playing for the people at home right now.
Dope.
Yeah. I'll let you go. I want a Force Riser at some point.
I do like that belt, but 01 driver just...
I mean, it's just because like I feel like a Shot Riser and the Vulcan, Rampage Vulcan key are just like too much at this point.
Well, too much is in... expensive?
Yes.
Oh.
But I don't know, because they've been reprinting things and stuff like that. Oh, these shoes are actually kind of sick. Okay.
Yeah. Quality is good.
Hell yeah.
You know, animation was pretty decent. CG work is good. You know, I prefer this kind of stuff, even though it's not the traditional engine, but...
Yeah. No, this is really cool. Actually, this building's pretty sick, too, actually.
Any abandoned complex is going to be dope, man. Like... Then your random dude just...
Yeah, random guy just wanders over with the Towser belt. Makes sense.
Oh, he's a human gear. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's a human gear. He's got the little Towser thing.
Oh, shit. Is he a human gear?
I like that they've formed a new Sentai team to fight Towser. Because he's that much of a problem.
Oh, I found a Sentai one that you'll like.
Okay. Oh, and they followed him, and now Aruto's there. You're all fucked. They're an actual Sentai team now. That's crazy. My favorite part of some of these films is when you see the people in the background just kind of like hanging out and like watching what's happening. And it's like, why are these people running around in suits?
It's like before, without being a fan, just seeing this shit happen, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
Like, why are you having fun? Stop having fun.
Yeah, God forbid people have fun. That was also part of the energy of over the weekend, because like, you know, I'm wandering through DC in this like fucking Japanese stone Hashira bullshit, and like people are giving me the looks, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. What do I want, bitch? You want to fight? I'll box you for it. That's cool.
I'm glad something happened after 30. After 30, I was just like, yeah, I really don't care.
Yeah, no, there was literally like a light switch that flipped, and I went, I don't give a fuck.
I didn't
give a fuck before. I really don't give a fuck now.
Your opinion is your problem to deal with. Yours only. Yeah,
I'm having fun. If you're not, that's your issue. I don't give a shit. So, That was kind of the theme of the weekend. It was kind of cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
I need that.
So, when it comes to the actual fan films too, I noticed.
How long is too long?
This is going to sound terrible because I know I can never live up to this standard, but if you don't have a budget, it shouldn't be longer than like 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay.
I'm never going to have a budget. That's why I know that's terrible to say. Like, I'm never going to have someone be like, here's some money to do this for real. So
go
like any more than 3 or 4 minutes, I think it's a little too long.
I don't know. Like, I feel like if it's funny and it's consistently funny,
yeah,
go for it. But
again, also like indie is different than a fan film. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's hard to say because like Power Rangers Unworthy, they're like 15-minute episodes, something like that, 10-15 minutes. And like those are solid, good episodes, but they also have a budget of some kind. You know what I mean?
Of some kind, yeah, because we don't know, but yeah, of some kind.
Yeah, like they have a Patreon, they have backing, stuff like that, and like not everyone has access to that, and that's okay. It's just like personally, I can only handle so much low quality footage and like bad After Effects. And I know After Effects is not everyone's forte. It is very fucking difficult. I can tell you that from personal experience. It's very fucking difficult to do. There's so many little things you would not think of when it comes into that stuff, and it's hard, man.
You have to light an explosion. You know that? You have to light.
You have to not only light an explosion, you have to light the explosion and then refract the light on all of the things around it, including the windows. You have to make sure there's a little one in there because it's actually reflecting the actual explosion too. There's a lot of things, guys. A lot of tiny details you probably wouldn't think of.
No thanks. I'll pass. No thanks. Editing is hard enough. So yeah. Speaking of, this one was dope. So it's funny you mentioned that. Rhino dude, because now I'm seeing, I don't know if we covered this one, the Captain Justice. He has a new one.
Oh, he has a new one. Okay. A new Captain Justice episode?
New relatively as in 2 years ago, but I don't know if we covered this one.
I feel like we would have seen it. That was like last year we did that with the Tokusatsu World Tour guys.
I want to agree with you, man, but I'm just like...
I don't know. I think the last one I watched, there was like a clear budget upgrade because they upgraded the suits and stuff.
I don't recognize this guy with the ride watch.
Oh, I do remember them like teasing a second rider. I do remember that.
With a ride watch?
I don't remember if there was anything, but I do remember him having like. Remember there was the guy who like showed up and we're like, oh, that's absolutely the second rider.
Yeah, I remember that. But
yeah.
I don't think he was this dude. Maybe. I don't know.
Could also just be like a dude, like part of their multiverse franchise kind of thing. Because those guys do a lot of like Tokusatsu suits and they'll do a lot of henshins and stuff. They did the full Saber Team henshin.
3 minutes in. 3 minutes in, you can see that other guy. And
we're still on goofball fucking Squidmans over here.
Oh, I forgot about. I'm sorry, I forgot to put that in there. Yes, Mizu Sentai Scuba Ranger.
Yeah, Mizu Sentai Scuba Ranger, and they're. So personally, for me, and I would like your take on this as well. If you know you have zero budget, I would rather do something ridiculous like this.
I'm hamming it up like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
like that's the best.
Like I'm not gonna sit here with the like $20 in my bank account and pretend like I'm going to make a full blade production. Like I'm just not gonna do it. That 20 is already taking my bills that are gonna charge in like 24 hours. So
no, but I mean it's more like if it's like I said, I don't mind them because this is like 12 minutes long itself.
Yeah,
but it's fun and funny. Like it's not at no point are you supposed to take this seriously.
Exactly. And that's what kind of like cool about it, right? Like, and you know, it's obviously not supposed to be this high budget production thing, and then like they do pretty good with it. Like this dude just fucking elbow dropped from the heavens someone.
They had it coming though.
They did. So it's pretty cool.
And the Cthulhu monsters, you know, it's all just goofiness. But even the little special effects things that they're doing in here is straight up what ripped from Dragon Ball. Like this is all like
they're absolutely like you can go to like any Twitch like content creation thing and get them as like GIF things that you could just put on your alerts and stuff like that.
Everything about that was fun. So and it's a unique thing. It's a Mizu saying that's nothing.
Yeah.
They were just like, I have an idea.
All right. And I moved over to the Captain Justice episode. That is literally just a ride watch. Another Justice. Literally just a ride watch. I love it.
So it's his take on the another
the Zeo thing, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Zeo thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Zeo doesn't exist anyway, so it's fine.
Oh yeah. Don't take Oma from me, please, man. That's the only thing I want from that.
I didn't take Oma from you. Oma took Oma from you. So
no.
He became Oma at the end, and then you erased the timeline. So Oma took Oma from you.
Selfish. He's so selfish. But look, I like this look, and it did an upgrade. That's a nice clean helmet this time.
Yeah. So like, and this is I think a good example of indie tokusatsu, right? Like there's another one we haven't really checked out, but I see their stuff pop up every once in a while. Immortal Red Fox. I do want to check out their stuff every once in a while. They're also doing like an indie tokusatsu Tyson, where they take a bunch of their characters and do like a team up, which is pretty cool. A couple of the peeps we talk to are friends with Immortal Red Fox and know them personally and stuff like that, which is really cool. And this is going more into this Captain Justice thing is absolutely the indie tokusatsu side of what we're talking about today, right? This is what happens when you make your own hero, your own story, your own world, all that kind of stuff. It's coming back to me now that Captain Justice was like trying to be a YouTuber and wanted to make it big, and I completely forgot about all that, and it's really funny.
It was all about the fame for him, and
this is absolutely the indie tokusatsu side.
But that first one he made fully embracing that budget that he had.
Yep.
Right? But to the max. Like he made he shot it himself, he edited it himself. Like my man grinded for that shit.
And it was a duct tape suit kind of thing that he painted. Like legit, it was, very, very low budget, and he made it work. And like this isn't a high budget by any means, but like he has more of a budget, or at least put more time into it and was able to make better and further his skills through the process of making this series.
Yeah.
Which is
grinding
really
it out.
Cool. Yeah.
Not knowing how it was going to come out, but just doing it because he loved it. Yes, indeed. That is a ride watch, Darky.
It even has the date on it, which is pretty crazy. It says Justice 2020.
It's repainted in the air of the Kit Bash.
Yeah. And I love it. And I love that it's like badly painted too, and that's what makes it the another version. Like the eyes are just terribly painted on there. They're not even like in a point. They're just like slapped on there.
But I like it. I like
it a lot. It's really cool.
He took that idea and was like, what would my another rider look like? What would Iska looks like in another rider already, so he's just either going to get
he's just going to look angrier. He probably gets like 3 feet bigger too. He just gets like huge.
Iska's another would be like the Skull Greymon to your Greymon.
Like I feel like, unfortunately, and I hate to admit this because you know how I feel about it, but I feel like the Iska another rider would just be a big CG another Kugan mess. And I feel, and I hate that because it's just like his energy, right? Like it's just fucking big and angry and start punching things and wailing on things.
It would be better, just that new better.
That'd be sick as hell. I would love to have them just Jamato up.
I know we're not doing an update, but I really got to clarify something because I don't know if I'm confused. Did you see the newest Geats?
Yes, because there was none this week, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, spoilies, guys. Buffa defeats Beruba.
Murders Beruba. Murders.
Right. Are they saying he always had the invulnerability against riders?
He just didn't equip it because he still had it. He still had it after he won he still has the Jamaity form.
How do you still have it? Oh my
because
God.
Realities, I don't fucking know. He kept the buckles. I guess Ace was like, yeah, just hang on to it, I guess. Sure. But because she's using the rider form and fighting as the giant mecha buffalo, that he could have used it and made this very simple. But they were like, why did you do that? And he's like, because I need to suffer for my choices.
That's what they're going with?
Yeah, he didn't want to use it because it was one, I think he says something like, I didn't want to use a Jamato type power type thing. Like, I didn't want to use a power you gave me or something. And then I think it was also supposed to be like, you know, my base form is so cool because fuck you, I'm going to do it myself.
Carl.
Yo.
What if Mao was fake?
Mao is about to be a V cinema because we have like 3 episodes left and I have yet to get a fucking teaser.
What if we have fallen for like the ultimate gotcha and there's like no model?
But there's drawings and there's a drawing of Bujin and it looks exactly like Bujin.
But what if it's not?
It's going to be a V cinema. I don't know. Everyone keeps also telling me he's a fucking extra rider and I will die on the hill that he's the fucking secondary, you clowns.
He is the secondary. There's
He's
no
the
way
second. Keiwa is not the secondary. You are out of your fucking minds.
Keiwa relinquished his secondary title the second he gave up on being Keiwa.
The second he died in episode 6, he stopped being the secondary. He was never the secondary. You know who showed up first? Buffa. You know who showed up with Geats? Buffa. You know who is the secondary? Garen, even though I don't agree with it. You know why? Because he shows up with Blade. You know who isn't the secondary? Chalice. You know who isn't the secondary? Fucking Keiwa.
That's fine.
There you go. See, I will relinquish that Garen is the fucking secondary if you admit that Buffa is the goddamn secondary.
Buffa is the secondary.
Crazy.
In terms of character, in terms of usage,
literally everything.
They do a better. Who teams up with Geats more? Keiwa fights with him, but doesn't team up with him. You know, like.
Yeah. I don't think Keiwa ever had a fucking dope doubles fight with Geats like the way Buffa does, ever.
No.
If he did, I don't remember because it didn't fucking mean anything.
I'm saying, look at all the memes we have is between Geats and Buffa. I got you, man. I'm with you. I just hate that right now. It feels like the guy who's writing the script started juggling flaming balls and now confused him and burned all of his pages. And now he's like, oh no, what did I do?
And then someone was like, oh, this one commercial that they show every year always shows the main 3 riders. And it's like Keiwa, Nago, and Geats. And I was like, well, that commercial's a fucking lie. So
maybe it's because they're just the most marketable.
Yeah, like I don't think the guy who runs around murdering people is the most marketable to children to sell your fucking product.
Isn't that what Keiwa's doing? Didn't Keiwa just do that?
This was before he went dark side. So
I'm just saying, it's not something that didn't happen.
Yep, but now he's a goody two shoes again, so it's all good.
So is Daichi, which is great.
Who forgot he had fucking Jamato powers, apparently.
We'll catch up with Geats another time. Yeah. I just wanted to get that clear because it was confusing as hell to me. So anyway, I'm sorry. Let me clear this back up here. So, all in all, where I was going with that is the confusion of my fascination in terms of like the fight sequences. Because these fight sequences brought me down the rabbit hole of not so great fight sequences. I have one that I really need to show you. Okay.
There was one in that playlist that was not great. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, if you can find that one, and then I'll send this one, and we'll do it too. Because this one is not Kamen Rider.
Okay. What is it?
Ultraman and Big G.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, actually, they give themselves a good out because they go Ultraman sorta.
Ultra sorta?
You'll see. In the Discord.
Okay. So it was... It's literally just called Power Rangers. This one, more than any of them, the second you see it is going to remind you of intro to video, and I'm pretty sure that's what this particular sense was.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, I am too. Turn that off.
God, the bars. Oh, the bars.
Yup, that's the one.
Oh, God.
I'll pull this up over here so you guys can see it a little bit bigger. This is Ultraman Sorta versus Godzilla starring Matt Frank. Oh, God. Matt Frank's in this? The guy, the actual comic creator of Godzilla and biggest Godzilla shill that people know?
You'll see.
Oh boy. It's only 5 minutes long. That's good.
Yeah, right.
There he is.
Bite size.
That's nice. We'll have to get him on the show at some point.
That would be nice.
Yeah. So while this is going, because I'm not going to sit here and watch a 5-minute video in silence.
I mean, yeah.
If you could pick a fan film to do, I want one Kamen Rider and then one not Kamen Rider, because I feel like we just pick Kamen Rider default.
Do I have any restrictions?
No. So, and we're not talking like Shin Kamen Rider fucking reboot shit. We're talking like a realistic fan film. Like, what would you do your fan film on? Maybe how you do it if you have some ideas. Give me a Kamen Rider and a non-Kamen Rider choice.
Okay, so I would do a kind of if I could do it how I want to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I have a budget?
I don't know. Sure. Sure. Whatever. I don't know.
No,
just not Shin Kamen Rider budget. How about that?
If I'm doing garage work, then I'm strictly doing a comedy sketch between Tank and Ichigo, like where he can't move. So like it's strictly old ass Ichigo who can't move in a tank suit.
Yep, that's fair.
That's my fan film.
The old man tries to henshin and then he still can't do it.
Questions about how he's able. I mean, I know he's fucking cyborg, but once you do like an old man story and you get that upgrade, what if you can't handle it?
So are you talking like you would do like old man Hongo kind of thing? Like old man Hawkeye or old man Logan?
Hongo. Old man Hongo who can't move in the tank Ichigo suit. That would be my comedy sketch. Now you give me a budget. I'm doing Metal Hero versus Ichigo. I'm doing Gavan versus Ichigo to a death battle.
You're just doing the one Kamen Rider Tyson with fucking Forza is what you're doing. Where like Gavan showed up and all that.
Yeah.
Bet. You're just like, remaking that movie. Got it.
But like to the death, you know?
Like, so you're going to invincible that shit and just make it super gory and all that.
Can I do a train where he like rams somebody through a train?
Sure. All 600 IQ is going through this train.
That's my Tyson. Fuck yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Okay. But what if it wasn't a Tyson? It can't cross over with Kamen Rider at all. Would it still be Space Sheriff?
No.
I like that he's wearing just an Ultraman hoodie. That's and some jeans.
You know what's got me? Yeah, this is fucking great though. Like he's just like, what's going on? But I would like to, if you know what, let's take out Kamen Rider altogether.
Yep.
Because now you have me.
Because that's the easy answer.
I still want to see Karas and Guyver. I would like to go at it. Straight up fight.
Like do your own sort of reboot, I guess, of them, or at least the Guyver live action reboot kind of thing.
Yeah, but I would have to do like 3 separate endings, like one where they both die, one where one wins, and one where the other.
So you're gonna Fate Stay Night that shit. Gotcha.
I don't know if I could actually call it for anyone that wouldn't be like a decisive killer blow. You know what I mean? Like I think they're both equally on par that it would take one of them to fuck up.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Interesting. I think for me, the Kamen Rider answer is easy, right? Like I would do something with Blade and then kind of play into the darker aspects of that story, right? Like the whole sacrificing everything to make sure, you know, other people are happy, stuff like that. I think there's I've talked about it before, but there's a sequel novel that isn't really canon about Kenzaki when he's like 300 years old because he's immortal at this point. All of his friends are fucking dead. He's just being tortured and crazy. Yeah. It's basically old man Kenzaki in the worst possible way. I think that would be interesting to explore, you know, the immortality aspect of this whole thing. Yeah, stuff like that. And there's also the idea of like the Hibiki movie kind of does it, but like the ancient order of the Onis, like how they all kind of started, I think would be a really cool way to the origin of the Onis. I know the fucking Hibiki movie is literally that for the most part, but it'd be cool to kind of do something like that if I did like a period piece. I think that'd be really fucking cool to do.
I mean, is it just a way to get kabuki in your movie?
No.
I don't blame you. Because I really want to see kabuki again.
It's such a good suit. Come on. It's such a good fucking suit.
For being what it is and having all the motifs about it, plus the asymmetry is on point. Like
it's so good, and he does the whole like.
That's what it is. That's
really what it is. You want me to be a fan? You just start doing some crazy kabuki fucking theater shit. That's why Hurricane's fun. But
such a dope.
It's pretty cool. I'm trying to pull up the kabuki suit for everyone at home. Here you go. If you've never seen the Hibiki movie, this is the kabuki suit. I fucking love it. It was one of the first suits I ever saw from Hibiki, and I love it. It's cool. I don't remember anything about this rider because I always fall asleep during this movie because it's kind of boring. But yeah, he had a flute, I think, too, right?
Oh, hold on, brother.
Okay. What is this?
Ooh,
it's the SIC one. Okay, hang on. Pull this up for everyone to see. Good lord. Hello, friends. This is gorgeous.
That was a photo shoot. Oh, wow. Oh, is this neck oh, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, this is sick. This is the ultimate form of the suit. I love it. This is cool. Oh, he got the cool sword there and everything. Oh, this is dope. This is so cool. I love the like weird demon face on his shoulder.
Forgive me for not knowing, but how articulate are these figures?
So the one I have the wizard one, the flame dragon. Have you ever like messed around with like a Figma figure?
Like the ones that you can draw with?
Like no, like an actual like Figma SH figure art figure. No.
I have the one in the box, but I've never taken it out of the box.
So it's about the same as that. They're very posable. They can do all kinds of stuff, and usually they make sure they can do, at the very least, their like quintessential poses, right? Like I have my flame dragon set up to do the thing, and he's got like his arm out, and he's doing like he's got like some hip movement, so he can like turn his hips a little bit, and he's got all like framed up correctly. They're very articulate. You know, usually they have some hip swivel, they'll have some neck swivel, you know, shoulders, elbows, knees, toes, you know, not necessarily toes, but you know what I mean? Yeah, they're very articulate, and there's some, it's a good example. Look up the Blazer SH figure art. That'll give you a good idea how articulate it is, because he does all kinds of like weird poses and stuff, you know.
Blazer's growing on me. At first, I was kind of.
I got to catch up. We missed a couple weeks there because I was, in DC, and then I haven't watched this week's either because I didn't want to watch it without seeing the one from the week before. So I'll catch up this week, and then we'll continue watching them live on the channel over on Twitch.
No way. You can what? All right. You had me at this pose right here. That's crazy.
Yep. He can do the whole nine. Yep. Like I said, they make sure that they can do their like quintessential poses. Oh God, this picture's huge. Good Lord.
You're welcome.
But yeah, they can make sure they can do their quintessential poses, all that kind of stuff. He can even do like the little bow thing that he does, stuff like that. They're very posable. They're the most articulate ones that they have. So yeah, they're pretty dope. And if you guys ever get a chance, you should get some SICs if you want some cool Kamen Rider figures. So
it's your boy, Regulus. I don't like the way they say his name.
Regulus.
It is Regulus.
Yeah. Or Karate Kid, or what do you call him? Kung Fu Boy. I think they called him the one day in the first mission. It was like, I'm here to save you, Kung Fu Boy. Oh my God. Yeah, Regulus is dope. You guys should check out Regulus if you get a chance. I got to catch up on that too. I think there's like 3 or 4 episodes now of the first mission. So.
Okay, shit.
Yeah. I don't think there's many, but yeah, I would love to do that kind of thing. For a non-Kamen Rider series, Kara has always been one that I want to see, like a live action thing. That's just, it's fucking beautiful. That suit is beautiful. I would love to see it move around for real. you know, you'd have to get creative with some of the like weird demon stuff that happens and like his mode changes and stuff like that. But like enough of a budget, you can just CG that shit. Because they did in the movie too. So that's fine.
Well, I mean, now I'm trying to think of who would actually take that matchup, bro. Like,
I mean, you just you just redo the movie, but like live action. So he just fights Aki or whatever his name was.
That's true.
Yeah. He doesn't need to like fight anyone. That's those is like death battle bullshit. You know how I feel about those. It's like, all right, this is ridiculous.
You're right. I mean, to a degree, but it is fun to kind of entertain the idea.
Yeah, that's fine, but also no.
No.
But also no. So
reasons.
Other than that, I really, really actually want to make a Garo short film at some point, just because there's no like anything for that. Like there's even less for anything that's not Kamen Rider. Like there's no Metal Hero short like fan films. There's no fucking Garo short or fan films. Just doing something as a Garo fan film, you know, kind of what we've been doing with like Gem, like Henshin videos or something like that. I think that would be so fucking cool.
I would.
You just gotta, you know, get a Garo Ken first. That's all.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, you know, just find a. Well, there's always a way.
There's always a way. We have
with enough.
We know people that know some people. So
yeah, with enough pull, we can find. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, what would you do with a Garo short that isn't either Ryuga or versus Road?
So I mean, it's very simple. Like the entire horror aspect is a horror movie. Like you can just make essentially a horror movie. And I think it would be kind of interesting to play the idea of the Makai Knights not being the best and maybe almost make Makai Knight like the bad guy you don't see until the end of the movie.
Oh.
So like, I think it would be kind of interesting if it was almost in the point of view of a horror where they're being hunted by a Makai Knight, the Garo, you know, whoever that character might be. It wouldn't be obviously Koga or Rega or anything like that. But like, it'd be really cool to maybe kind of do what they do with like Amazons, where it's like maybe they're not all the worst fucking thing in the world. And I think it'd be kind of cool to have them be like the Terminator essentially, and like you don't really see them like Henshin until the very, very end. I think it'd be kind of cool. Nice little twist on it.
Being the whole concept of creating the suspense it's always dope, man. Like especially if you're playing the role of the hunted.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. That's super twisted too. Like
yeah, like they're supposed to be these like defenders of, you know, the worst fucking aspects of everything because they're just pure negative energy. And it's like, well, what if they're not?
You did it again. You did it again without knowing you did it. So I had a question that came to my head that I was gonna hold until here, but here's how I'm gonna pull it back into the rest of this talk. So I like your idea of taking the perspective of the villains, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to bring it to let's go with strictly Kamen Rider, because I feel like that's too wide if I do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But strictly Kamen Rider, which villain isn't really a villain?
Grungy. I mean, they're villains, but I think they're the most developed where you could do something like that, where they're like an actual society, except maybe like the Overlords. I feel like the Overlords are kind of tragic too.
I feel like they made their choice. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, but like, who made that choice for them? Was it like just those 7 assholes? You know what I mean?
I think it was just
like
that guy.
The Invis themselves are kind of like tragic, you know? I feel like that one started with an R. I forget his name, I think. Roshuo?
Yeah, Roshuo.
That was the white one, right? Yeah, I think he just kind of like, no, we're gonna be these weird, gross plant things now. So,
is he glory. Like oh God, he's like the fucking Gwyn.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Oh no.
Oh yes. He reignited the flame, and he wanted the Age of Fire to continue. So
Roshuo Gwyn of fucking Gaim. Oh God, I did that. Okay.
I mean, other than that, there's things like I said, Amazon's kind of plays on that a little bit, where it's like they're not all bad, and they're, you know,
That's straight up. Yeah, that would be the prime example because the
Yeah.
Amazons really were created.
They were created and like they can't control when they go berserk, and like if they don't eat human flesh, they're usually pretty normal and okay until their like weird bracelet thing just like freaks out.
Yeah.
There's that, and then there's like the Astro switches from Forza, and I can't believe I'm using Forza as a good example, where sometimes even in that show, I'm pretty sure people are just like forced into the Astro switch, like they're just like plugged into it.
Right.
Same thing with Double, honestly, and they kind of go hand in hand with this kind of thing, where like, you know, the museum will just like fucking dopant someone up and like, haha, gotcha.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So like either one of those, or really just any villain where you can equip it, you know what I mean, as opposed to being like a being, as opposed to like a Gummy or you know the Grongi. Any of the villains where you like equip the things.
I thought it was. Well, I felt more akin to the Roidmute. Like for some reason, like they were created as well, but even though their instinct, I guess, is not the greatest to you know take over a personality, but it's more like the side effect of that is that they die. You know what I mean? It's not like they have to kill the person. It's just what happens.
Yeah.
That I'm like, for me, I feel like other than the straight up assholes like Freeze and whatever the last one is, like it's really just like I think every other one, especially something like Chase, you know. So spoilies, by the way.
I guess.
Sorry.
Yeah, for a now almost 10-year-old series.
I'm just saying, I gotta do it, otherwise we'll get yelled at.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one too, because then you're kind of playing with, I don't know. I guess 01 kind of had the same thing too, where it's like programmed personalities that kind of like develop into their self, and then singularities and all that nonsense. But yeah, like Roidmood kind of copy it, and then they just end up like killing the person usually.
Yeah, like I felt like it was, if it's a choice, like the Humagear choose to but then again they're robots. It's not like they understand emotion to begin with. So damn, that's tough.
Dang.
Imagine coming to sentience and then the first thing you experience is turning into a monster and being destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, that's rough.
Yeah. Imagine just like waking up and be like, wow, this world's great. Oh God, I'm murdering everyone.
What am I doing? I'm so sorry, everyone.
I can't control it.
Fucking Force Riser. Why? I was just getting used to this.
Honestly, I'd embrace it. Embrace the chaos. Let's fucking go. Let's do it.
Well, I'll be the first one.
Can humans use the Force Riser? I guess Haruto did.
Yeah,
he had the proto one, 01.
Which is a fucking sexy.
Cool
I think every one of 01's forms has always been pretty fucking good. Shining to Assault Shining, that little change is like night and day. Jesus. But
yeah, Assault Shining's way better, so that's fine.
Better, but it's just one little difference of like.
And then Hellhopper is just a repaint of that, which makes it perfect. So.
Oh, I gotta see Hellhopper again.
Yeah, it's a repaint of Shining or Assault
I'm just
Shining. I don't remember which one.
To see Hellhopper.
Yeah, I know. That's fair. Hellhopper's pretty dope. Honestly, for repaints, like 01 did it pretty okay. But I mean, Geats is giving it a run for its money. We're getting some really sick repaints, so Fantasy's pretty fucking cool.
Those kit bashes are great.
Yeah,
great.
They're really good. Fantasy's dope. I don't care what anyone says. Fantasy's pretty fucking cool.
In terms of the final form for Nago, I'm not complaining at all. That's totally fine.
Apparently the whole phasing in and out of existence thing has nothing to do with the belt, though. She could just do that because she knows she's not real.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Like,
yeah. It's from the same thing. I don't know if it's the website or what, but it's the same thing that was telling us. We were reading about the Bujin buckle, how it like gives them like sword abilities and things like that. It was the same resource was like, yeah, no, the belt has nothing to do with her like fading in and out of existence. She's just not a real girl. So yeah.
So basically she could just one shot everybody then.
She can just do whatever the fuck. She can just walk through and like Kitty or whatever from X-Men and just like pull out organs and shit.
Kitty Pryde just became a Kamen Rider, you guys. Like,
that's pretty much what happened. So
that's fucking.
Yeah.
Yago. That was such a dumb.
Pretty cool. Yeah, this is Hellhopper. If you guys have never seen the Real X Time movie, it is one of the better forms and repaints of the show. Yeah, this is Assault Shining. You can tell by the shoulders.
One of the better movies too.
Yeah, one of the better movies. Yeah. There's been a lot of hate going on with 01 lately, honestly.
Why?
And I get it, but so we had missed it when the show came out, but because it aired, during the riots and things, apparently they did a really tasteless George Floyd moment that I don't remember at all, honestly.
Oh, the one mute, not mute, Jesus, the one guy.
Yeah, apparently there's like a kneeling on them thing. I don't remember, to be honest with you, but apparently that happened. So yeah.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, sucks.
Remember how Subaru was the entire secondary rider for an entire season?
He was not only the secondary, he was the second primary because it had two primaries. And
from now on,
Subaru.
From now on, we can only have Subaru because he is that character.
I hate that he continues to get work in everything that I love. I hate it.
But yeah, I guess let's give 01 some shit. Sure.
Yeah. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism. I hate to break it to you guys. So, yeah.
Ethics? Capitalism? Bro. Come on.
So it is what it is. But yeah, that happened. Not to put a downer on the 01 conversation, but that's a thing that happened apparently.
But let's talk about these announcements that you mentioned earlier.
Yes. So if you guys didn't know, I'm gonna fucking pop off with some fighting game stuff because I love fighting games. Evo is this weekend. It actually is wrapping up. I think they're probably doing Street Fighter at this point. They may be
again. Wait, no way. They're doing Street Fighter at Evo? Come on.
I mean, it wasn't the last game for a while. So not since that. So I'm just gonna pull up a news article here because some of these things, apply to you as well. So with Evo, if you guys don't know what Evo is, it's the Evolution Championship. It is the biggest fighting game tournament of the year. It is the Super Bowl of fighting game tournaments, and it is what everyone looks forward to. There's ways to get into it by winning other tournaments. There's always huge announcements. It's the E3 of fighting games as well. Like, it's not only the biggest, it's the Super Bowl, but they also do these crazy announcements for almost every game that's there. On top of other things, started with a panel on like Friday. They just went through a bunch of announcements for like companies that really don't have games there. If they do, it's, this, that, and the other. A whole bunch of indie fighters were shown. You can Steam wish list most of them. I'm very excited to check a lot of those out. Biggest thing from that first chunk of tournament, and usually they wait till after the finals, like they'll run the finals, then they'll do an announcement, right? Killer Instinct 2013 is getting a 10th anniversary update. Update. This game came out when the Xbox One came out. Just throwing that out there. It was a launch title on the Xbox One.
We're talking about that one.
Yes. I have, if you guys check out twitch.tv/KaijuCarl, I usually end up ranting about this game in one shape or another. Because this game is fucking amazing. This game holds such a special place in my heart. It is literally the framework to the modern fighting game. It was really the first one to implement rollback netcode on top of a free-to-play model with DLC seasons, all that kind of stuff. It was really the first fighting game to do it. Not enough people still fucking talk about it. Like, if you know kind of thing, but like, we don't talk about it much anymore, and we need to. And hopefully with the 10th anniversary update, they're adding a 4K resolution mode. They're improving the rollback as well. And then they're doing some balance changes, which hasn't gotten a balance patch in 5 years. So crazy. Well,
this game came out in 2013.
Yes. 2018 was the last balance patch. So, yeah. Jesus. And it's the original developers, Iron Galaxy. They were released from their Amazon fucking mobile game contract, I guess. So they're able to come back and work on this. So I don't know if this means we're going to be getting a KI2, KI 2024, whatever the case may be. I am super here for it if we do, but either way, it doesn't matter. KI 2013 is getting an update, and that means we are going to be checking it out. Probably checking it out this week over on twitch.tv/KaijuCarl, so you guys can go hang out and see that. They announced Reptile for Mortal Kombat 1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's my. Now we're talking.
Yeah. So Reptile was announced. Let me scroll back up here. I haven't actually watched the trailer yet. I'm not going to play the trailer just because it is very violent usually. And Serena was also announced as a cameo.
That's acceptable. She's the not the vampire. That's Nitara. Serena is like the second, like the evil Sonya, right?
I think she's. I don't know actually. She's from the like Deception Deadly Alliance era.
Or was that Kira?
Serena. This is the girl from the Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero game. That chick.
Oh, yep. So I was thinking of Kira, which is the evil Sonya knockoff. That's right.
So Reptile, Havoc, and Ashra were announced for, the game.
Ashra?
Ashra, yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
cool. She was the one in like the white dress that would do the crazy, oh my God, Reptile looks ridiculous. I love it.
Wait, really? Hold on.
Yes. So I'm on Event Hubs if you want to just pull that up. EventHubs.com. You can see all the stuff I'm checking out.
Got it.
Oh my God, Ashra looks ridiculous. This is crazy. I'm going to pull these up. So these are just fucking stills that I'm not going to play the whole trailer, but there is a trailer you can watch. That's nuts. Oh my God, Reptile looks so cool. He's full reptile. Human? He's full fucking reptile. No, he's full robot, like reptile mode if he wants to. But I guess he has human form too.
That's not reptile. That's Croc. Does he shift? Does he shift?
He might shift. But that is a humanoid reptile, and then he is also just Killer Croc. Yes.
Could you imagine that fucking mechanic in the game where he shifts forms? Is that
That'd
in this game?
Cool.
It looks like he does. Cool. Yo.
Ashra's here doing her thing, and then there's Havoc for the like 3 people that wanted Havoc back.
I mean, for the story, I guess it's
what
cool.
Story? Who cares?
Listen, some of us play for the story.
No,
some of us.
You just lie to yourselves.
I don't play. Oh my God, what is going on? What is happening? He's falling apart as he fights.
Is that what it is? I'm not playing the trailer, so.
This
okay.
is.
I'm gonna little window this, so just be aware that there's gonna be some violent things happening down here because I need to see this. There's a little window inside of the little window, so just look away, I guess.
Yeah. Look at the mini thing in the corner.
Look at the big beautiful men on your screen instead. Reptile was always my favorite ninja just because he was fucking green. That's really the only reason. But
it's a good point.
Like over the years he's gotten really cool, and he can just shift. Holy shit.
He's a shifter, dude. That's
cool.
Tell me, I mean, they had the switch out one for Noob and Smoke, but this is like
Smoke's back
thing.
in a human form. Human Smoke is back.
Which is that'll be my name. That'll be the main.
Yep. Nope. I'm gonna main Reptile, so it's fine. And he just like straight shifts into it and does all of his crazy special moves as a lizard man.
How can you not be stoked about this story? Look at how beautiful this game looks.
Because
think of that. I know this isn't our fighting game thing, but I just wanted to, because Mortal Kombat is a big thing for me. But from the fucking digitized person to what is basically a whole person
model,
like we're talking, and we're talking a single franchise.
Yep.
We're not talking like a studio that has done this. This is a single franchise that has evolved over and over and over and tried to be like, well, do you guys want this? Well, how about if we try this? Okay, that doesn't work. How about we give you this? They just try.
They've tried so many things that the creator forgets he's tried things. Like Mortal Kombat Kart, he apparently just forgets about all the time. Well,
I'm not saying the bangers were the ones that they kept, but I'm just saying, like, I've always loved the lore to the story, and then I've also become a fan because of the evolution of the game itself. I'm not a high caliber game fighter in Mortal Kombat. I just really learn the fundamentals and I stick to that shit. But it's just experiencing this whole thing and then seeing the kind of crazy shit that you guys can do at shit like Evo. Like, I'm sure this MK11 was, or is it MKX? I forget which one people prefer playing.
Well, I prefer 11 or X personally. 11 was the one they did at Evo this year. They actually just did the final tournament of, oh my god, he half transformed and spit acid on someone. That was sick. Yeah, he MK11 had its last tournament this year. It was the last time it's going to be at Evo until MK1 comes out.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
because that's what next week.
Yeah, it comes out at the end of the year, I think. So Havoc actually looks kind of cool. He's like ripping limbs off and like beating people with them. It's kind of sick, actually. I take back what I said. Different. Havoc's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it.
He's a zombie man. It's fine. I don't know who this devil girl is though.
But does that mean that the Chaos Realm is a thing again? Like, are they doing? Well, I guess if Eternia is.
I mean, yeah. So here's my shtick on the story, right? Liu Kang, if you guys don't know, in Mortal Kombat 11 became a god. Him and Raiden fused. He is now the god of fire and lightning, and he is fire god Liu Kang. Yes. Raiden basically gave him his godliness. And sorry, I was watching Reptile just eat Melina. That was wild. So he resets all of reality in time, and he makes a new world. And like, Liu Kang was not a good person. I don't know where everyone kind of got this he's the hero boy thing, but he was kind of a dick.
He was misguided.
He was a dick.
Yeah. Well,
maybe a little racist too, but I don't know enough about. I don't remember enough about the story. But I feel like he was kind of like, yeah, those guys over there, I don't like them, so I'm gonna kill them. So
he definitely had to make some choices. Mm-hmm. I think the best part of this whole thing for me, because you know how I feel about time-wimey stuff, mm-hmm. that they're showing that even if you try to do a happy ending, mm-hmm. even if you try, some shit is always gonna go wrong.
But my thing is, okay, so we have Geats, right? We're gonna tie it back to the Toku for a second. Geats is all about resetting the world. That's the whole thing, right? So Liu Kang resets the world, and he says it's so everyone can be happy. I want everyone to be happy. This is a happy world. And then he brings back the biggest motherfucker that could ruin all of that in the world, in the face of Shang Tsung, who is still alive and is still the antagonist. So there's a possibility that one of the alternate endings to Aftermath, the like expansion, was Shang Tsung was actually the one who took over. So there's a way that they're possibly canon too. You know what I mean? Like a double canon ending.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, like he gets the Kronos crown or whatever the hell it was called, and he like redoes his own thing. But yeah, like why would you remake the world with fucking Hitler? Like why would you do that?
I'm just saying, like
why? Why?
Because I think in one of the trailers, even Geras says it, like there is no accounting for the unaccountable or something like that.
Geras is also, you know, he's the one like standing out here. He's fucking literally Doctor Who, like watching time from like the outside bubble, and he's like, I see.
Imagine that. Because didn't everybody hate him?
Yeah, because he was like, I don't know. I didn't like how he played in 11 person. I thought the character was kind of interesting, but he was basically just like, yes, muscle, yes, Kronos,
Big angry guy.
Yeah, I'm a big angry punch man who can reverse time, which was a really cool mechanic, but neither here nor there.
Well, again, it's just alluding to the whole thing of I don't claim it to be perfect, but I like it how they try and keep trying. It's just what we do, like all this fan projects and our own project. Mm-hmm. How I keep
they try. That's for true.
Trying. Because all I can do is think of better and better endings.
Yep.
Because I'm excited to see Anzen blast his blaster.
Blasty blast. One day it'll happen. Someone will see this and go, yeah, that'd be really cool to animate. And they'll make this really cool animation GIF type thing. And you'll be like, wow, that was fucking perfect.
Please. That's all I want. That's literally all I want.
Literally all I want too. It's fine. Yeah. So that's Mortal Kombat 1. They're a steady stream. They do their weekly breakdowns of characters and stuff like that, where when they announce new characters, they'll do like a weekly like gameplay breakdown. The combat cast, they call it. So they're doing that. That's in full steam ahead. And this one in particular, I don't know how much you really know about Mortal Kombat 1 at this point, but there's a whole assist system that is like integral to the fucking game. That's these cameo fighters. Yeah. So you guys, if you're not a fan of the like remix versions of characters, you'll still kind of get them in the cameos where like the ones you remember will come out and assist and do their own fatalities and stuff like that. So pretty cool.
I don't know if it plays like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or if it's like an assist system, like I don't know, like rival schools. You know what I mean?
I think it's more of like a rival schools kind of thing where it's also like integral to you doing real combos and stuff like that. So
okay.
yeah. It's not just like an assist. It's like that's the mechanic. You know what I mean? Like it's almost as important as the attack and defense meter in like it's almost important as your meter, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah.
You should and meter on that. That'd be cool shit.
Yeah, I think that's how you can do like fatalities and stuff. You can do cameo fatalities, like straight up cameo X-rays and cameo fatalities. So pretty cool.
Dope.
Like for instance, Stryker, no one's favorite fucking character, is in there as a cameo because he sucks.
That's all that they could do with him at this point. Like, you remember this guy? You remember?
Yeah, remember this dude who literally hasn't changed since 1990? Yeah, he's here. So there you go.
The cop Johnny Cage that we tried to push.
Yeah, and then we just kind of murdered him in MK9 and never talked about him again. Yeah, that guy. My man didn't even get a zombie form. Everyone else got a zombie form pretty much, except for my man. He's not my man. I fucking hate Stryker. He's so boring. Cop Man number 7.
Legit. And even from 3. I remember seeing him in 3. I'm like, what is this fuck?
Yeah. You have like fucking rainbow ninjas and you have this lady whipping her hair around and then you have Cop Man number 7 who's like, I'm gonna tase you.
I think it was that one move he does where he throws the flashbang and it's that pose that he strikes when he throws it.
He does that weird like
it's like, why are you hate everything about you.
The worst. The fucking worst. So moving on to better fighting games. King of Fighters 15 made a new announcement for their stuff. Najdi, you probably don't know, was announced because she was a character creation contest that they added in 14. She won that, or that person won it, so they added her character to 14. She's actually really cool. She's a Middle Eastern kind of sorcerer person, and she does these like cool rainbow shadow effects looking thing. You can see it's in the, because they also announced Duo Lon, who you may know. Yeah, I'm sure you're more familiar with him than you are Najdi. Duo Lon's the little snake dude. He does like, he can like dip underground and stuff like that. Yep.
As you said that, I know exactly who you're talking about.
He stands like this and then he can like kick and like teleport, kick people and stuff like that. Oh, he's a nightmare. I love it. But Duo Lon was announced as the next character and Najdi is the next one coming out. We just got Gonitz actually as the new like boss rush. He was the free character that if you beat in the character mode, you get the extra skin and you can just unlock him for free. But yeah, fucking Gonitz of all people. God, I hate Gonitz. That was the one I remembered more than actual like dick move Rugal. Gonitz was the one where, because like I played 2002 more than any of them back in the day. So that was the one where I was like, I fucking hate all of this.
Rugal scarred me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that was a wall. That was a fucking wall for me.
It was a wall when we tried to unlock his sweet Omega Rugal costume. So I had to sit there and, you know, of all people who I clutched it with was Rock. So
you're welcome.
Yeah. You lived vicariously through me on that one. I just cheesed it the fuck out, honestly. I think I hit him with a Buster Wolf. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Duo Lon is the next character, and then Najdi's coming out soon. Duo Lon's coming out this fall. And there's one more character they released the silhouette for. I can't tell who it is. They look to be a female frame-ish build. But yeah, can't really tell. It's kind of just like a blob. It's hard to see from the silhouette.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. But sticking on SNK, the other thing they showed an actual teaser trailer for was Fatal Fury City of Wolves, aka Garo 2.
Listen, let me tell you, the second you sent me that shit, I was like,
God. And it has an actual fucking art style too.
No, do not play with my I was so hyped, and now I can
like, can we talk about this crazy comic art style it has first? Like, from these screens, from this trailer, they have it's a teaser trailer, so you only see Terry and Rock, and they have these crazy white outlines, which I'm assuming this is kind of like a super introduction that Terry's doing here. It's probably Buster Wolf or Power Geyser, one of those two, but like he's got this crazy white outline and like hyper colored, and there's crazy contrast. It looks almost like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, honestly.
It could, yeah.
Oh my god, like it looks so cool. It has an actual art style, guys.
So I'm saying it had to embrace something that would differentiate it between Street Fighter. So I think,
or King of Fighters 15, honestly, like this just has better filters, and like you can see he's doing his geyser, his power geyser on the floor here, and it's like it looks good. It looks fucking great.
Rock has his, and they got the costume, they got the good suit on Rock.
I mean, what other one were they going to use? He doesn't have any other ones.
They better not have changed it. That's the point.
Yeah, they're not going to change that. But also Terry has his good one, so that's all that matters.
Terry could rock either of those suits. Like he could in any costume. We'll take Terry.
The Garo bomber will always be my favorite. I'm extremely partial to the Garo bomber.
I don't blame you, but any suit he's rocking is dope.
Yeah,
man.
I really think this white outline picture is the super activations, like the cinematic when it closes in on the camera, because it looks like Rock's about to do Raging Storm. In the one screenshot here, he's got his hands, he's doing the Raging Storm pose, the daddy pose.
Yeah, it's like it. So it's either going to be like where they cut, like the Street Fighter ones where they cut away for
yeah, they do that for the level 3s in King of Fighters 15. They'll like cut in and do this little cinematic, then they'll go into it. You know what I mean? So I think that's what's going on here.
This looks so clean.
Yeah, it does. God. It looks fucking clean. Those wings, I hope they get cleaned up a little bit. It's probably like mid animation though, so they're probably like forming in that one screenshot. But you know what? They're cool either way because they're fiery Gaia power.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I missed your Rock. Welcome back, buddy.
Yeah. I can't wait for the twins to fucking come back, to be honest with you. I don't care which one. I just want both of them.
Alba and Soiree? Those two?
Well, I mean, yes, but also Dong Hwan and Jae-hoon.
Oh, you mean the real twins.
The real fucking twins from Garo, yes. No, the Soiree and Alba or whatever from King of Fighters. I don't care about them. We just need Kushimoto Butts and the fucking twins. So, yeah.
I miss Butts.
Kushimoto Butts is like the best version of Takuma and Ryo put together, and like he's got a little bit of what's his face in there, Ralph. Is that his name? Not Ralph. Fucking what's Ryo's buddy's name?
Robert.
Thank you. Holy shit.
Robert.
I don't know how I can forget that one. Yeah. No, Robert. Yeah, he's got like a little bit of everyone in there. It's kind of cool. Kushimoto Butts. Yeah, he's pretty dope. And then, so that was the SNK load. They also announced the rollback netcode version of King of Fighters 13 that's only on fucking Switch and PS4 or something like that. Like, it's on weird things. It's not on PC, so I genuinely don't care.
Does anybody?
Yeah. Still no PS4 and Nintendo Switch. So you can play it on your PS5, but it's called Global Match. It's going to have rollback netcode. I don't know why they're doing it that way, but okay, sure. Yeah. You know what it probably was? Like, the most people probably bought like 2002 Unlimited Match or something on those two systems or something. They released, you know what I mean? They released one game and it was probably sold the most on those two. That kind of thing.
Makes sense.
So I don't know. Whatever. Just make it on PC. Clowns. Moving on. Tekken 8 had some announcements, and I want to talk about this for a fucking second because I'm pissed. So. What? Harada had a whole thing at the end, and he goes, "Hey, thanks for playing finals, yada yada." And then who do you know what happened? Do you know who walked on stage?
No.
Guess. I want you to guess who walked on stage.
That would offend everybody.
That would offend me specifically, but yes, it should offend everyone, honestly. But me specifically.
Oh, that could be that's a huge list. What are you talking about?
It's not Subaru, I can tell you that for free.
I will say, it could literally be Subaru or that guy that bumped into you 3 weeks ago that you're still pissed at.
Listen, it was crowded at the con. I was sweaty. I can't help it, okay? God damn it. Okay, so fucking Ono walks onto the stage. Fucking Ono walks on. He's not even at Capcom anymore. He worked at the fucking French bread melty blood people. He walks out on stage and goes, "Hey Harada, you remember we had some homework? That thing we were working on, Tekken Cross Street Fighter." And then they like shoo him off the stage. And I was like, why do you keep this alive? Just fucking cancel it. Just fucking cancel it. It's been literally 10 years. Just fucking cancel it.
There's no way there's no way. Not even 3 people have even tried to work on that game.
Like, there's no absolute possible way that they're still working on that fucking game. And why would they have Ono? I mean, I know why, because so anyone who doesn't know, way back in the day, there's a little ditty called Street Fighter Cross Tekken came out. And the way that they announced it was Yoshinori Ono, who is no longer with Capcom, he is essentially credited with creating the renaissance of fighting games. He helmed Street Fighter 4, even though he really didn't, but that's a whole other thing. But he's credited with basically reigniting Street Fighter and thus the FGC, because at that point we had pretty much just like Dead or Alive and 3D Mortal Kombat games. It was the dark ages. We had nothing. So Street Fighter 4 comes along, Renaissance, everyone gets into it, yada yada yada. That's how I got into competitive fighting games, Street Fighter 4. So it's one of my favorite games of all fucking time.
Yeah.
And so about 2 years after Street Fighter 4 comes out, they announced Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and that is a fucking crossover game for the ages, right? Like, you have literally Ryu and Ken versus Kazuya and Nina. Like, that is fucking wild. And then Jin shows up with Lin Xiaoyu, and like they're fighting fucking was it Jury and Bison in their character trailer? I think it was Jury and Bison.
Maybe.
Random. I think so. I don't remember, honestly. But either way, it doesn't matter. Fucking crazy. Game comes out, flop. It's a fucking flop. It's wild. Game is kind of shit when it launched. They went into the whole gem system. They did what we call 30, 60, 90 when it comes to balancing. Literally every light, medium, and heavy had the same frame data. Literally every single one. I don't know if you knew that. Literally every single light, medium, heavy has the exact same frame data. So like every light for every character feels exactly the same.
Is that why that game was so weird to play?
Yep, every single one. So like you could have a big meaty dude like Marduk who has the same 6-frame jab as fucking Lin, as Cammy, as everyone. Same jab.
You're gonna have to go into that game one day and break that down, because I really wanted to like that game.
Yeah, no, I really like that game. It's a lot of fun. We checked it out probably a few months ago. We're overdue to check it out again. But I turn it on every once in a while just to like mess around in it, because it is really cool. And the way that they adapted the Tekken characters was really, really cool and interesting for a lot of them. Like I played Steve and Hwoarang in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I don't really play them that much in Tekken because I liked how they adapted so well. It was really cool. Like Steve has this he's a stance character. Like he has a peekaboo stance, and he is in Tekken too, but he's literally like a Street Fighter stance character. He's basically Gen, where he can go into peekaboo and flicker, and he also has a projectile. Because of course he fucking does.
Of course he would.
Yeah. God, and he's also infected with the devil gene. I don't know if that's actually canon to Tekken or not, but he has the devil gene in his arm. That's why he has that crazy scar. You know what I mean? Like he has that scar in Tekken too. Like he has the thing on his arm. But like in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, it's like either the Pandora or like the devil gene. It might even be slightly, they allude to like Satsui no Hado and the devil gene being the same thing. So
oh shit.
Yeah. And then they kind of carry that into Tekken 7 when Akuma shows up and he's like, I smell the Satsui no Hado on Kazumi.
Akuma just like, listen, I was a simp and now I'm kind of stuck with
Akuma was a promise that Tekken Cross Street Fighter was coming, and it never fucking happened. So the entire point, what I was getting at, was they had these games, Street Fighter Cross Tekken released by Capcom, and Tekken Cross Street Fighter was going to be released by Bandai Namco. They never released Tekken Cross Street Fighter because it got caught in development hell. Characters like Eliza were basically a road test for how projectiles would work in a Tekken environment. The vampire girl, she was the first character really to have like a true projectile. She had a ground projectile, and then Akuma was there too, Tekken 7 as well. And he ended up being, and then we eventually got like Geese and all those guys too. So like very clearly we can have projectile based characters in a Tekken system. And then there's some like early models that kind of came out, but we never got anything for it ever. We never even got a logo. Yeah. So like, to keep this shit alive 11 years later, because that game actually came out in 2012. Now I think about it, there's a version 2013 update. To keep this shit alive 11 years later is fucking disgusting, and you should feel bad. And don't do this. Just cancel it. At least, so I always talk about as well, they need to do Capcom versus Capcom, because, getting all these deals and licensing is expensive. Just do fucking Capcom versus Capcom, because you have plenty of goddamn characters to use. Like, just give me Capcom All-Stars, which was a game at some point. They canceled it years ago because it was like a PS2 game. They canceled it. Great. You know why? Because I never have to worry about like, hey, is that coming out? Right. Just fucking cancel Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Just fucking cancel it. Just let it die.
It's so troublesome that the one guy, he's probably the only one working on it on weekends.
There's one dude who like every day writes like 3 pieces of code, but it's like 3 fucking letters, and then he goes, do I clock out, or do I just sit here?
They pay me for the rest of the day. I just kind of stare at the
or
code.
he'll like tweak Guile's 1 extra hair. like on his model kind of thing.
I run the code 1,700 times just to make sure that it's kind of working.
I want to see the notes on that. He's just writing his fucking autobiography and like the notes and coding, because there's a way to like put notes that don't actually show up in the code. He's just like writing a fucking novel.
It's one guy who's trying to convince to abandon the gem system. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's been
oh my god, that's probably what it is. It's a whole fucking like 90-year TED talk on how the gem system is shit. So yeah. That's a whole other rant. I'm not going to get into that right now because we have other things to talk about. But my point is, Tekken 8, Tekken Cross Street Fighter, don't fucking keep announcing it if you're not going to fucking do anything. At least give me a logo or something if you're going to keep doing that shit. But for Tekken 8, they announced 2 characters, one being Raven. Actual
Master
Raven? No. Wesley Snipes Raven is back.
Okay.
Yeah, the first Raven. I want to say the real Raven because Master Raven is technically the real Raven, but Raven is back, the one we know as Raven, and he has fucking leveled up his jutsu, quite literally. He talks about how he has gone into secret training and he doppelgangers and fucking shadow clones the shit out of it now.
Look at you look angry.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fucking shadow clones and things happening. So, yeah, it's really cool looking.
But does he play exactly the same as Master Raven?
No, I mean, he plays like Raven. They both kind of played the same, honestly. Master Raven played almost verbatim.
Identical. Yeah. I know. I'm just saying, like, they gave us a Raven in every game.
It was like, let's change the demographic a little bit, I guess. See if we can get some more fans. But everyone was like, can we just have regular Raven? Like, he was cool, too. So,
yeah.
But yeah, our girl, Lena Headey, fucking popping off again as the announcer. Haley, I forgot her last name. Lena. Popping off as the announcer again. The Zenkai gun fucking voice, if you guys didn't know. Yeah. I love it. Like he goes full into the fucking jutsus and shit, and he's like throwing shadow clones instead of, like, he's still doing his teleport stuff, but instead of coming down with himself, he's just sending shadow clones and shit. It's really cool.
I like it.
Also, this new stage is terrifying, and I don't know what's actually happening in the world for it to be like this. So
it's the Bloodborne amygdala that's just waiting.
I'm assuming it's some devil gene bullshit that's happening, or a jutsu, fucking genjutsu, you know.
Oh, you're fighting it again. That'd be dope as shit.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, actually. But there's my boy Claudio getting his ass beat. But yeah, looks like he's steering more into the like stance jutsu stuff, which he kind of did before. And then Heat also have their own properties. You get like specific moves in Heat. It's a whole system. You guys can look up like a 45-minute explanation of like how that works if you really want to. And that seems to just fucking crank his doppelgangers to 11. And he's doing like literal replacement and substitution jutsus and shit. So
that's it. It's his moveset. They're just adding a bit of flair to it. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they've done with everyone. It's like, it's the character you know with a lot fancier stuff happening and some new moves. So yeah, he looks really cool. For
the sake of a switch up, I understand. I mean, honestly, how many times have you been hit with the same 3-piece combo from Kazuya?
Exactly.
Since Tekken 4. Yeah. So I got you.
Yeah, and it's great. The other character they announced, so Raven, I think he looks really cool. I'm gonna give him a shot at least. I think I'm gonna try and learn him a little bit, but I already have my like 5 characters that I want to learn. So, one step at a time. The other character they announced was a completely new character, and her name is Azucena, and she's the Queen of Coffee from Peru.
I'm sorry? Azucena.
The
Queen of Coffee from Peru.
The Queen of Coffee from Peru.
I guess if we have to do that, sure. Like, okay.
I don't know. But if you watch that trailer, I think you'll change that tone very quickly because she looks fucking cool.
Oh.
So imagine if Lucky Chloe was taken seriously. She's doing full dodges and like dancing around people, and it's really fucking cool.
Man.
Yeah? Yeah?
Bro, when have I never been about counters?
Oh, yeah. No, it's fucking sick. She's just dancing, having a grand old time. This is Harada's like, you didn't like Lucky Chloe? I'll give you a fucking character you're going to love. How about that?
Oh, she is straight up. Oh, man.
She counters and dips and weaves and bounces around them. It's so cool. It's Asuka, instead of like grappling for a counter, she just dodges. That's all it is.
Yo. And then she goes and smacks Asuka in the face. Yeah. I love her. I love this.
I love the like, it's like the first one she does. She does this like, hey, how you doing? And they swing at her and she just ducks under it. I was like, what the fuck?
Cool. Oh my God, you are right. You were right.
Yep, she's fucking cool, man. This is how you do a new character. This is pretty sick.
Oh no. Look at that rage art. Oh.
Yeah, the rage arts are really cool in this game.
So
Yeah, so she's the new character. This is Azucena, the queen of coffee from Peru. And yeah, she looked really fucking cool, guys. You should go check out this trailer. It's playing on screen. But if you're listening to the audio or like whatever, not paying attention, not looking at the screen, look at the screen. But yeah, like she looks really fucking cool. And I'm happy that her and Lily have this whole like, no, but coffee is the best. And Lily's like, but no, but like it's not fancy. So but yeah, she's got ducks and weaves. It looks like a whole ass counter stance, honestly. Like she just goes into a stance and she'll just dodge automatically.
Wait, I'm rocking it because now I'm excited.
Yeah.
You thought you hated me with Asuka. Oh man. Oh, at least with Asuka you get countered. This one you're just whiffing.
Yeah, you just whiff and you get punished really hard.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's cool.
I'm sorry for what
I thought, honestly, like 2 seconds into it, I thought she was going to be like the Julia Chang replacement because she almost had a couple moves that looked very like Julia and Michelle.
Yeah.
Like she did a couple almost, I was waiting for her to like war drum basically. And then she started doing the actual like fighting stuff. And I was like, oh, this is nothing like that. Okay.
Yeah. Only she does the suplex.
Yeah.
The suplex, that fisherman slam. That's Julia's move.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh my God. I hope they do JC if she's in the game. I hope to fucking God it's JC again.
They would have to because there's no way we want the Julia moveset. We need the JC moveset.
Like the Julia moveset's fine. And like they made her like a streamer or some shit in Tekken 7. That's fine. I like the Julia moveset. That was like war drums literally is my favorite move in Tekken, probably next to like muscle busters and shit. So I shouldn't say favorite. It's the most like iconic to me when it comes to Tekken. Like I think fucking war drums and trying to figure that shit out when I was a kid. So it's cool. I like it. I just I want JC because I love JC. So you can't tease me with that in one fucking game and then move on. So
fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. I'm okay. I understand.
Yeah. So moving along, that's Tekken 8. That's coming out. They're probably gonna announce a beta at some point too that you guys can all get to. They just did 2 closed betas. I'm sure there'll be more. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, the second Grand Blue Fantasy versus game. This is a Grand Blue fighting game. If you guys don't know, Grand Blue is like a gacha type game. They released a fighting game, I think it's about 5 years ago now. Right at the start of COVID. Actually, that'd be about 3. So about 3 years ago. And right at the start of COVID, but it didn't have rollback netcode. So it was basically dead on arrival because everyone was trapped inside, can only play online, and the online kind of sucked. So basically dead on, and it sucks because that game's kind of cool. So yeah, it's a fantasy world. All these characters have crazy elemental powers and they do like RPG bullshit. It's really cool. It's really interesting. I'm excited for this one because the first thing they were like, it has rollback. Just please play this one. So they announced the 3rd and 4th characters that they're adding to the game with this update. This is a full sequel, by the way. So it's a whole new mechanics, new models, new all that kind of stuff. Full sequel.
Oh, shit.
The next character is Nier. It looks like she's some kind of puppet character who controls a death puppet. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of puppet characters. That's a whole thing. My brain cannot handle that. But they also announced Gremnir, I believe his name is. He is a wind spear user. That's more my alley.
There we go.
And the voice actor is actually, if you guys follow my channel at all or follow me on Twitter, is the voice actor for the main character in Slave Zero X show. It's the same dude. And I was like, that's fucking cool. So I am a huge fan of Slave Zero X. We've played the demo multiple times now. Whenever they update it, we take a look at it. It's this, you've probably seen it. It's the red dude, the hack and slash 2D hack and slash game.
Yeah. Looking at the voice actor.
Yeah, the Grimnir is the same voice actor. Apparently they announced it. Poppy, the developers of Slave Zero X announced it. That it's the same person. And yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. So that's dope. Gonna have to play that character. Yeah, plus wind spear. Like, I'm down for it. It's a whole ass lance. It's not even a spear. It's a lance. So sounds cool.
I know you're there.
Yeah. And I think last but not least for now anyway, because I think Street Fighter's still going on at the time of this recording, they announced Johnny for Guilty Gear, and I haven't actually seen this trailer yet, so this will be interesting. Johnny is one of my favorite Guilty Gear characters. I just fucking hate Strive. So I'll put a week into this and see if it changes my mind. It probably won't, but we'll get there. I should say I hate it. It's just Strive's boring because they neuter everything about Guilty Gear. So I have a feeling they're going to neuter his coin mechanic a lot, even though it's the first thing they kind of showed here. But I don't know what he's throwing like tabs instead. This is weird. He's throwing cards instead of the coins.
I mean, okay. He's okay. I like that.
It's Johnny. It's just it looks like you're doing card things and detonating the cards as opposed to that was a cool new super. You're detonating the cards as opposed to doing like the coin stuff. So in the older games, you guys don't know, he had 3 levels, but he only had 9 coins to throw. So he had 3 levels he had to get to increase his misstep. I forget the misstance. I forget what the actual moves were called. But he basically did these quick draw things, and he could stand in this special stance where he'd do a quick draw in different directions. I love those kind of characters. I played Yamazaki, all that kind of stuff. I love those fucking stand there and make you guess which way I'm going stuff. And depending on the level, it would either do a wall bounce or he would just do like rapid shots for like damage output kind of thing. And yeah, it looks like they're kind of taking that away to just detonate the cards. It's a Baiken thing. They neutered Baiken pretty hard for Strive, and that kind of bugged me too. She's still cool, but like they took away her entire defensive stance. Like she had a whole stance she would go into with options and stuff. They took that away. So I have a feeling Johnny's going to be the same. And that sucks because like Guilty Gear's the whole thing where, everything's super fucking over the top and it's super anime and all that kind of shit. And they like slowed it down and made it kind of not that. So yeah.
Kind of just do that. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but I mean, apparently the season 3 update where Johnny is starting, he starts season 3. They're adding new moves and mechanics, so we'll see. Who knows? So Wild Assault is the first new. I'll know because I'm gonna put a week in there and figure it out. And then, it's a fast dash attack performed a quarter circle forward plus dust for 50% tension gauge, which sounds like a lot. Deflect shield is a new defense mechanic. It's push block. It sounds like for overhead. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah.
This is why I stick to Tekken, because I don't think I could even comprehend how to even function with this fighting system.
Yeah. There is one thing that I think you'll enjoy from Street Fighter, because again, I think the finals are still going on right now. They're doing top 6, by the way. They're not doing top 8, which is very strange. They've done top 6 for all of them. I don't know why. So
that was enough people.
No, there was plenty of people. This is record-breaking attendance. I don't know. Maybe they
not
were
enough good players.
Maybe there were so many. They were like, at this point, we just got to make sure we get it all in. So we're only doing top 6.
That's fair.
Honestly, that makes sense. But one of the strongest things all weekend in Street Fighter 6 was, so you know how Street Fighter 6 has 2 different control systems, right? It has the modern and the classic. Classic is the 6-button. Modern is the newer, easier, kind of get into it.
Easy mode. Yeah.
Easy mode. Yeah. It's fucking what did they call it? Marvel vs. Capcom. It was like fancy mode or something like that.
Really?
I don't remember. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 had it, and then so did Marvel vs. Capcom 1. It was like one was easy, but one was also, it had a different name. I forget. But yes, it's a 4-button version, and like all your specials are tagged to 1 button kind of thing. One of the gods of Japan, one of the most prolific Street Fighter 3 players, like the dudes who have legacies to their fucking names, were tearing people apart with the easy mode Chun-Li.
I feel like that's cheating.
And it looks like so the first article on this website is the top 6 usage stuff. Top 24 character usage. The top 2 characters are Chun-Li and Ken. Ken is not surprising. Ken is very popular and very strong in this game. So is JP. There's 3 in the top 25. Put 4 Chun-Lis, and I'd be curious to see how many of those are modern controls, because modern controls are legal in this tournament. So
they're trying to process that. Like, so they're saying not only is easy mode available, but the greatest players in the world, we're also gonna let them use it too.
So the thing with modern controls is it's easy controls, right? Like it's directions with special moves kind of thing. And I think what it does, I don't actually know, I'd have to test this. I think what it does is modern Chun-Li removes her charging. So she's a charge character. She's a charge character in this for the most part. For her.
How is that not easy mode? Like, if you don't even have to do the move.
That's what I'm saying. But my thing is, like, if that's the case, does it do that for Guile too?
Why not?
Exactly. So, like, I don't know how it works. This is something I'm going to investigate tomorrow. If you guys were curious, you can check out twitch.tv/KaijuCarl, because I'm going to be in the lab fucking tomorrow checking it out, because I'm curious how this works, because I've never played modern controls. I have no idea. At least not with any of these characters, because World Tour makes you use modern controls until you manually switch it.
Okay.
But
at least that.
I think that might be what it is. So you have like combo routes that you wouldn't have otherwise with special moves. Like special moves link into each other that wouldn't normally link into each other. Like you shouldn't be able to do kind of thing.
This is upsetting me. This is getting me upset.
Yeah.
I don't even play Street Fighter like that, and I'm offended.
The way they balance it, or the way they justify modern and classic, is modern you have about 2/3 of the moveset, but you know it's all tailored to easier buttons. Like you have auto combos and stuff like that, as opposed to classic, where it's classic Street Fighter. I'm really curious why. And I haven't looked it up or anything. This isn't like I've done some research on it. I've been at work all fucking weekend. I just thought that was funny that one of the gods of fucking Japan, one of the most unbeatable players with a legacy to their fucking Haitani, who is one of the 5 dudes who were like the dudes to beat out of Japan, is using modern Chun-Li and got real far in this tournament. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So
there's hope for me, man. I could probably be one of the
You could
greats.
probably, like, you can play modern on like ranked online. You can play modern on there. So I'm sure you could fucking go on there and just trash everyone.
Imagine. Oh my God. No.
I'd be so pissed.
I'll stick to Street Fighter.
It's like the people in Dragon Ball Fighters who just like mash the auto combo the whole time. And I'm like, I fucking hate you.
I mean, we've all had it happen. We've all had it happen once.
Yeah. No, I lost to that on stream. And then I stopped streaming Dragon Ball Fighters online matches because I was like, ooh, yeah, no. It didn't like click what they were doing. And then I realized, oh, he's just literally hitting the auto combo over and over and over again.
So like I know you don't do it, but I do.
Yeah.
I do a lot of PvP in Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And you get some of these fights where you're like, you're not just, you are. Okay.
Yep.
Fine.
Yes. I know
We'll play
any
that.
PvP setting, you're going to get to a point where you start to recognize that stuff, where it's like the flow chart. You know what I mean? Like you do this, then you do this, you do this. Like It was in Street Fighter 4, it was called Flowchart Ken. It was, you would do this, Tatsu, wait for them to wake up. If you got woken up, you did DP. So, you know, if you got knocked down, you DP, don't wake up, that kind of thing. Flowchart Ken. Yeah. It is very much a real thing. You can almost bet that anyone who plays Ken and you knock them down and you're in their face, they're going to wake up DP. Almost guaranteed. Yeah. And it's hilarious to watch them fail at that. Because they just go flying into the air and you watch them land and you're like, you're mine, motherfucker.
That's why I stick to the fundamentals, because you can switch that up as much as you want. Much as you want. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. They just announced a new character literally not even a month ago. So Rashid came out. He literally came out in the game. Rashid from Street Fighter 5. Big wind boy. He's silly. He's crazy.
I like him.
Not my thing, but you know, he's cool. I'll be surprised if they announce the next character, Aki, who is supposed to be this poison-based mechanic character. Yeah, so in 5 they had a character named Fang. Yes. And you remember Fang? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the spiritual successor to Fang, or a, you know, pupil of Fang, one of those two. But she uses the same poison mechanic either way. So
what happened?
Aki looks way cooler just from character concept art. Yeah. So we'll see if she gets officially announced. You know, if we get some gameplay, something like that, maybe a date, that'd be cool. There's only 4 characters in this season, so I think we're gonna get some surprise characters too. Yeah, she looked way cool, right? Like she looks cool as shit. White hair, she's got like the metal talon thing. You know, she's gonna poison that thing.
Yeah, she got some shit with the fingies.
I feel like she kind of is gonna be like a weird combination of Vega and Fang, where she can poison and she can do some slashing and stuff like that. So,
I mean, I just want to see her fight Judy. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, she's going to. They also announced some alternate costumes that are coming for, and one of them is for Jury. Of course it is. And she's in a onesie, a little bunny onesie.
Oh, bet Jury bunny.
So just type in like, you found it? Street Fighter 6? Yep. Yep, Street Fighter 6 costumes. I like Giles a lot. He's got the man bun going. I was like, damn, that's pretty sick. And then Marisa has her wedding dress on for me. So, yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. It's pretty great. She's got this whole like Athena thing going on. I was like, God damn, that's sick. So that'll be the main costume when we play.
Something about her. Something about Marisa.
She's fucking great. I love it. She's so cool.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I get it. I get it.
Marisa and Manon, those are my girls. They're my two moms, you know? And it's funny because Manon has a little crush on Marisa. So I was like, oh, yeah, they are my two moms. Bet.
That's just perfect.
Yeah. Yep. I love it. They're so cool. Oh, yeah, she's right here. Here's Aki. Yes, because they were giving away a comic book for Aki, you know, doing her thing. Yeah, she looks really sick. She's got this cool, like, poison thing going on. And, yeah, I hope she's got some, like, crazy kung fu assassin things, too. So we'll see. I don't know if we're going to get a trailer because it's still going on right now. But if not, I don't know. We'll see next week, I guess. So, yeah. That's all I really had from Evo. I know that probably wasn't everyone's cup of tea, and that was a lot of information, a lot of fighting game things, but we love fighting games around here, so sorry.
That's what we do here. Yeah. I like the stuff we like.
I like the things we like. So, yeah.
So let's get out of here for today.
Yeah.
I am changing my Six Echoes YouTube channel to be the reflection of my TikTok. So I'll be uploading all the stuff from there to there, and then more long form stuff will go there instead of the TikTok. So it'll still be uploaded to TikTok, but I want to push the new idea for this YupTub channel. So give me a week and I'll be halfway done.
Word.
Other than that, you guys can check out the stuff on TikTok for now. Then catch me here on Sundays doing this with this maniac right here.
Yeah, that's me. What's up? Yeah, this week we're going to stream some fighting games. We do Monday. That's always Street Fighter. If you want to see any of this nonsense, I'm sure we'll talk about whatever gets announced and happens. Twitch.tv/KaijuCarl. And then Wednesday, we might check out KI. I also wanted to check out, there's a Fate fighting game on PS2 that's pretty cool, apparently. And also the Ultraman Nexus game, apparently, is a really cool fighting game. So we might check out those two on Friday or on Wednesday. And then Friday, I am picking up Baldur's Gate 3. So we're going to get fucking weird. So
let's do it.
I might make a Dragon Bard. I haven't decided yet. So,
it'll be a fun week. Stick around, you guys.
It'll be a fun fucking week. In the meantime, you can follow me at Kaiju Carl on Twitter and all that fun stuff. There's links in the Discord, I should say, somewhere on the screen. I don't know where YouTube is anymore anyway. Yeah, come hang out. We do some fun. I'm sure we'll stream something. I don't know. I can see if I saw the Guyver movie. I promised I would stream that at some point. So we'll figure it out. Yeah, buddy. But we stream things there and we just kind of chat and hang out, so you guys can do that as well. And in the meantime, enjoy yourselves.
Have a good night.